Hey everyone, Ryan here. Welcome to episode 6 of So You Wanna Boom Boom. So this week we actually have quite a lot to talk about because, the month just started and that meant that there was a huge influx of stones that happened. So let's start with the stats page. Coins now, I'm triple digit Qs, so I got to 107 quintillion. Stones 130,000, and keys 1244. In terms of farming, I'm still farming tier 17. Typically, I'm getting to about between 6,500 to between 5,500 to 6,500 in terms of my farming. Most likely it's going to be about 6.1k, and this is the coin that I get. Typically it's about, I'm averaging between 140 to 150 q per hour these days. So yeah, it's going along nicely. Most of it is just attributable to this coin bonus over here. So let's see what happened. So in terms of my farming setup, I don't think anything has changed since last week. So I'll just quickly show what it looks like. Yeah, so level skips are still at 600, and for my enhancements, for the whole week I was actually running 3.0 on all my damage enhancements, and 1.42 for level skips. But the level skip upgrades are pretty expensive, so after I did my respec, I thought, okay, I'm just going to put in some coin into the level skips, bring it up to 1.44 first, and then bring my damage up to 3.0, and thereafter I think for the rest of the month, I think maybe I might get level skips to 1.45, but everything else is just going to go into coin bonus. And yeah, so far it's been working out nicely. Now it's at 2.01. So where did I spend my stones? Well, let's look at the S mods. So firstly, you will notice that there's space displacer now. Haha, so we are actually boom booming. So space displacer mines actually pop up now, and they are awesome. So I have tried experimenting between negative mass projector and space displacer for this slot, and negative mass projector gives me more coin, but it gives me less wave count. And the thing is, right now, in terms of my farming, because I'm not consistently hitting above like say 6,000 waves, the variance is between 5.5 to 6.5. Yeah, so if it's under 6,000 waves, I kind of feel that it's not very efficient to farm that tier. Just, I don't know, I think it's just personal preference. I didn't specifically track the coin, but space displacer gives me something like 140 q per hour. Negative mass projector, it could go up to 150 q per hour, so it's about 8 to 9% increase in coin by negative mass projector, but I get a bit less waves. So I'm still not sure. I mean, I do like the visuals for space displacer, so I probably would just use this, but eventually when I transition into tier 18, I think for a while I'm going to have to use space displacer, just to keep the tank enemies away from my wall as long as possible during their ultimates. So yeah, and for the remainder of the S mods, so I just basically unlocked the armor. I didn't do anything into it. I got my substat efficiency up to 37% for generator, and multiplier efficiency is now at 65%. And I think I might have brought this up from 21% to 25%, but it's been a while now, so I can't really remember it. And yeah, so right now, because of my multiplier efficiency, I didn't really check if this is the most optimal, but I do want the 201 substat for my Galaxy compressor. So the goal is to just pump all my shards into upgrading this over here to 201, and then I will probably go back to pumping up the black hole digester. As you can see, I don't really have any gems at the moment. There is no featured banner at the moment, but I have been pulling on the standard banner. I just didn't get anything. So let me show you the history. As usual, right? My module luck is not very good. I did, however, get the last copy of project funding that I needed to bring my project funding up to 5-star. Where is project funding? There you are. So it's now 5-star, which is nice, because now if I look at the modules in the standard banner, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that I don't have at 5-star. My next goal, I think the most immediate goal, and the reason why I'm pulling on the standard banner, is to try to bring black hole digester up to 5-star. My black hole digester is really weak. My account is cursed. We don't get many black hole digester copies. Yeah, so far I've only got it up to 2-star, but the coin gain between 2-star and 5-star is pretty big. So if we look, it's now 10,172. If I were to put in project funding as my primary, it goes to 10,782. So it's like a 600 coin multiplier that I'm missing out by not having those stars. So I think it's going to be more worthwhile for me to spend my gems on the standard banner as opposed to any featured banner that might come up, because eventually, suppose I manage to get my black hole digester to 5-star, then when the new modules come into the standard banner rotation, I can eventually get them. What are we left with? We are left with generator and cannon. No, generator and armor. So armor, I want to play with space displacer. I can't really do anything about it. And generator, I also want to play with Galaxy compressor. So I don't see the immediate benefit of having gems saved up for this two specific banners. But we shall see. If it's really overpowered, then maybe I might have no choice. I might have to reshuffle a little bit. So yeah, and as of now, I'm still not very sure what I'm going to be rolling my modules for. There doesn't seem to be anything very pressing at the moment. I'll just quickly show this. I mean, amplifying strikes, it would be nice to get ancestral crit factor. For this one over here, I will wait for 1-star before I roll for the last substat, but even then, it's going to take a while before I get the 201 substat. I'm thinking maybe it might be worth rolling my OM chip, but what I really want is a second dimension core, so that DC goes in here, and that should give me a couple more 100 waves. Maybe I should roll my harmony conductor, since I do use this in tournaments quite a fair bit. So I think it might make sense to roll the substats, but my substat efficiency is not very good for harmony conductor, for cores. So yeah, it's very tricky. I'm not sure what the plan of action would be. Maybe roll my singularity harness. Should I roll my singularity harness? But I don't intend to use singularity harness anytime soon, because I want to play with Boom Boom. But we have stuff, so we should spend it. Well, maybe let's roll in. Yeah, okay. This is what I'll do. I'll roll my singularity harness just because we can, And if I do get very nice substats, I think maybe it might make some people salty. So that sounds like enough motivation for me to roll this. So yeah, all right, let's reroll. What stats do I want? Free utility, free defense, and enemy attack level skip. Okay, so attack level skip, free ups, let's just put everything. And then we just auto roll this. I don't think we will even get one green one, but let's hope for the best. Wow, it's really not coming. This is so gross. I really dislike this gacha aspect of module rerolling. It's just stupid. Alright, we got the attack level skip, so let's just keep this first. Let's do manual rerolls for now. Well, auto one doesn't seem like it's very lucky. Free utility upgrade, let's keep this first. And then we continue rolling. Maybe I'll sort mythic and ancestral now. Right, free defense upgrade. New. Let's do this. Oops. Right, free utility upgrade, very nice. Well, let's just manually reroll this. Right, blue one, let's keep it first. Purple one's better than blue one. Can we do it? Alright, we didn't do it, but I think this is nice enough to me. So it's going to be a while before I eventually, before I can even consider using Singularity Harness, just because I want to play with smart missiles and stuff. So maybe at some point, if I decide on a route that is more econ focused, then maybe I might switch to something like Black Hole Digester and Singularity Harness here. And for my S mods, I would have to do some rerolling on them. Sorry, for my core modules. But yeah, I think for the time being, I'm happy we got 2 ancestral substats from 800,000 dice. Doesn't seem like it's too bad. So equip the Black Hole Digester once again. And let's pull some modules. Oh, haha. We got a Black Hole Digester. Alright. I can't merge it. I need one more copy to get 3 star. Oh, that's nice. Just as I complained that I don't get any copies of it, the game decides to give me one. Not too bad. Alright, let's just bring up this level. It's pretty cheap. So that concludes modules. Cards, I haven't changed anything. We've already gone through the workshop enhancements. All right, yes, so let's talk about researches. So quite a bit has changed over the researches. LabCoin discount is going to be here until at least level 85 is done. I think now it's at a point where it's taking quite a while to complete. And I'm making quite decent coin nowadays, so I'm thinking maybe 3% of coin I can sort of live with it if I end it early. But at least bring it up to 85 to 90, I think. We shall see. Yeah, in all likelihood I might just leave this permanently here until it's go box. Same thing for enhancement utility coin discount. This is pretty nice. I heard that at some point the cost is going to skyrocket, but as of now it's still pretty cheap. It's still 60 trillion just for one upgrade. So I'm going to be leaving this in. It really helps with my enhancements, and especially in tournaments, right? If we really want to jack up ELS over here, just reducing this cost I think makes a lot of sense. So yeah, this has been in here since day one. Damage per meter is almost go boxed. I think by the end of next week we should have this go boxed. So that's awesome. Swamp Ren, I think I'm just going to leave this in until it's go boxed, since it's an earlier version lab. We should probably try to get it done. And I have slotted in SMOD's generator, which I think I will just leave this in permanently, just so that I can get more bonus, more coin bonus. More coin is always good. So yeah, I think what I actually wanted to do is to clean up my favorites list a little bit. It's getting a bit messy to see, so I'm just going to show you guys how I typically go about doing the housekeeping for my tower. So I'm going to remove all of the favorites for now except range and shockwave, and then I will go down the entire list and see which are the labs that I most pressingly need, and then that will be my focus for the upcoming couple of months. So let's remove all of this first. It's been a while since I've done this. Must have been like at least half a year. This way at least I think it helps me ensure that I'm not going to overlook any particular lab and completely forget about it, because I did do that for one of the labs. It's the one with second wind blast. I completely forgot that that lab existed until someone was kind enough to comment to me that I should get that done. Okay, so now we are done with all of this. Let's go through our entire labs. So under main research, because I'm at a point now where getting to 600 is not very expensive, for my ELS, I think this lab I can sort of put it as a low priority lab. So I might just put this up in favorites first. But attack and defense discounts, I don't think I'll bother about it. So when I'm going to slot this in would be, eventually sometime in the very, very distant future, if I'm thinking about pumping my ELS up to 650 or so. I don't think it's going to be necessary anytime soon. But if I do decide to go down that path, before that, I think I would work on this discount over here. That would give me, at least if I bring it up to level 50 or so, it's going to be slightly cheaper. Enhancements, defense, coin discount, I think I don't really need that, because I'm not going to be working on orbs soon. But attack discount, Yeah, I mean, if I have a spare slot for a couple of days, I might just slot that in. Let's see, super crit chance, super crit multiply. I mean, it has been sitting there for so long. I haven't done them yet. Let's put them up there again, once again. I want to bring them to level 10 for both of them because my damage and crit factor is completed. And I heard that you should keep it at like a 10-to-1 ratio. So maybe I would, it probably wouldn't take very long, even it's just like a day of, less than a day of labbing it, and I should be able to get them done. You know what, maybe I should just do it now. Well, but I can't take out anything. Yeah, okay, sorry Swamp Ren, you're going to take a backseat for a bit. I'm just going to put 3 levels into super crit chance, another 3 levels into super crit multiplier, and then we'll get back on track with everything that we need. Yeah, maybe damage per meter can take a chill pill for a day. So yeah, there's 2 labs. Once they get to level 10, I'll put the respective labs back in. Okay, so then enhancement utility coin discount. This is something that I really want. Damage per meter, I want this. I want attack speed as well. So attack speed will go into damage per meter lab slot once it's done. Unless I decide that I wanted to go down with attack speed mastery, then the mastery will take precedence. EHP related stuff, for a while I was doing some EHP. I got my health regen up to level 45, wall health up to level 41. I think it's good enough at this stage. Maybe when I have more slots in future, I would put that in. Landmine damage, it shouldn't take very long to go box it. So yeah, maybe one day I will go box this. It's not like landmine damage is good, it's just that some people don't like it when I focus on landmine damage, but you know, the joy of knowing this kind of information is so you can do it to people. Well, cash bonus, I think it would be nice to bring this up to level 50 at some point, just for project funding in tournaments. So this, yeah, let's bring this up there. Recovery package amount, I don't really care. Recovery package max, I don't really care. But I think at some point this lab might be quite useful, because it helps with EHP in tournaments. So we might be able to tank the overcharge a little bit longer. Right, let's put it, it's a initial lab, it should be pretty fast. Recovery package amount, nah, let's just leave that. Chronofield duration is not going to be go boxed until I decide to go for 70 seconds duration. Yeah, the PTSD is still there. I'm not going to touch that. Chronofield damage reduction might be useful. I think I will favorite this in case I need it. And so the reason why I think it might be useful is because where overcharge enemies, where I am in tournaments, the overcharge enemies sometimes are a problem. So having chronofield damage reduction, you know, provides me a bit more EHP. Swamp radius, I can't really touch this at the moment because of my black hole size. But yeah, I'm not going to touch this lab. where I'm at level 28, it seems like it's good enough for me. Shock chance is something that I would like to work on as well. My shock chance, as you can see, is 18. I haven't really invested very much into my chain lightning. So maybe having higher shock chance would, since shock is a damage amplifier, I think that might be quite useful to have. Swamp Wren, yes, this is something I want to complete. Lightning amplifier for scatters. At this stage, I'm not dying to scatters just yet. So there was a period of time in tier 16 where I was dying to scatters, but not anymore. So I think level 20 is good enough for now. At some point, if I die to scatters once again, I will put this lab back in. Chain Thunder, no, I don't need that. Double Death Ray, I used to work on this lab, but I think level 15 is enough. No need to go to level 30. Free Upgrades Mastery and AoE Mastery, I can't really touch them. In fact, AoE Mastery, I hope one day they bring in the slider, so I can actually use the card for the extra damage boost, but make the radius a bit smaller. If I were to plug in this card, the AoE card, currently my radius for Poison Swamp and everything just becomes a bit too big. Waves require band perks. So band perks, I don't really need any bands at the moment. Version 27, I think because we need a bit more EHP in version 27. Band perks 8 is not as necessary anymore. Auto pick ranking, I don't care about that. Amplify bot duration is something that I want to work on, especially since my amp bot is almost done. And very soon I would be able to get my bot respecs. So I believe the next important one would be Thunderbot. Yep. And Flamebot. Let's put the labs up there in case I need to work on them. In terms of the enemies, so for the enemies tab, my main issue amongst the common enemies at the moment is protectors, especially in tournaments with protector ultimate. That is the reason for my weaker performance. I think it's not a damage issue. So protector health is something I need to work on. Protector radius, I don't think it really matters too much. If I kill the protector, it's no longer there, so I don't care whether it's shielding something. So I think between the two, we are going to work on protector health. Tank enemy health is also something that I think would benefit my coin per minute because of tank ultimates in tier 17 and above. Fast enemies, I think this is a good lab to have, especially if you're just starting out in Legends. Fast enemies seems to be like the first stage of where you run into trouble with your enemies. And now that my CF Plus is a bit better, I think I don't really need this as much. But when there is fast ultimate, all the enemies move at the speed of fast enemies. So if they were moving slower, I think it's still more useful. Yeah, it seems like a decent lab. Boss health, I don't really worry too much about bosses at this stage. Protected damage reduction. Maybe when I'm done with protector health, protector damage reduction might be decent. Range enemy range, I was working on this lab a little bit just because there was range ultimate this tournament. It does seem like it's useful, But what I was dying to wasn't ranged enemies, it was protectors. So I think between the two enemy classes, it would be protectors that I'm more worried about. At some point, rare enemy health is going to be useful, but I'm not at the stage now where rays are killing me in tournaments just yet. Depends on the battle conditions, but as of now, I think my tournament performance is quite stable around 2,700 waves. And at that stage, if I were to just work on rare enemy health, I think it's going to maybe increase my tournament performance only for one specific battle condition. So I don't think I'm going to put levels into this just yet. Cannon and armor effect bands, I don't really care about them. As mods for substats. Yeah, this is the one that I want. As mod substats, I also want this. As mod bonus for core, I don't really need this. Yeah, so I think that all of these labs, they can come in a bit later. And battle condition labs. So I did get one level into orb resistance. Maybe it might be useful in like the higher tiers because the enemies just have so much resistance and we use orbs to kill them quite a fair bit. So maybe at some point I'll slot in this lab. Oh, there is Protector Ultimate Reduction. I mean, it does seem like it's useful. However, it's a bit expensive to put a lab slot for this. I think I'll rather focus on econ for the time being. Alright, so that concludes my lab decisions. So if we have a look now, for the rest of the month, whenever I'm just thinking about what labs to do, I will just go down this list and pick something that I find interesting to do. And there are already so many that I want to work on. Now, I think this happens to a lot of people, like to everyone. There's always going to be, we are always going to be with a situation where we are not sure which path to follow, and there's so many things to work on, so it can get a bit overwhelming. My suggestion for this kind of thing is just pick one thing to do and then just do that first. It's very easy to get sidetracked, and if you do a bit of everything, you end up not making any progress. So just focus on one thing. Like right now, my focus is just get super crit chance, super crit multiplier level 10. I will take this off the favorites list and completely forget about the labs thereafter. And then I go back to what I was doing before, which is damage per meter and Swamp Ren basic. And once damage per meter is done, I take this out. I will then slot in attack speed, and so on and so forth. Okay, and so now let's look at the vault. So in terms of the vault, I'm left with 11 more keys. If I get this 11 more keys, I get my bot presets, and then I will be officially done with the harmony tree. I don't think there's anything else here that I would want. Maybe this as a quality of life stuff, but yeah, I don't really need it. My harmony tree is almost completed now. In terms of the power tree, when I'm done with the bot presets, my next goal would be to unlock tier 2. Once I unlock tier 2, I'm going to get another 0.5% of enemy health level skip and another 0.5% of enemy attack level skip immediately. just for farming purposes. And right, so in terms of tournaments, speaking of tournaments, I had a pretty tough time with my tournaments this week. You can see a rank 5 finish. 2,721 waves and rank 5 finish. It's brutal. It's brutal in Legends. But as you can see, over the past couple of weeks, my tournament performance is very, very consistent. It's all around the 2,700 wave count. And you know, I would like to see this number trend upwards over time. It doesn't seem like it's trending upwards. In fact, it seems like it's trending downwards. But I think for the past 4 tournaments, it was like Protector Ultimate. And I just have issues with Protector Ultimate. So hopefully we get a better condition without Protector Ultimate in the upcoming tournaments. And I hope to see this number inch closer towards 3,000. Right, in terms of guilds, I think I've completed everything here already. Yep, it's all completed. Everything sold out. In terms of my chip, oh, I can get 1 upgrade here. Okay, so I'm still not sure if this is effective path or not, but previously it was 80, 40, 20. And I've just been working on cooldown since it's the cheapest of the 3. And in terms of milestones, I haven't done anything with my milestones yet. I still haven't been able to complete tier 19. I did try a run. I ended up at 4,200 waves. Tier 20, 556. I think maybe I might be able to get to 750. Might have to tweak my setup a little bit and hope for good perks and so on. But I don't think I would attempt it just yet. Because, you know, farming is still more important. Tier 21, I might be able to hit 150. If I do hit that 150, I get 95 extra stones, which is 1 click into my S mods. So in terms of my upgrade priority for this week, I think what I'm going to do is work on multiplier efficiency and substat efficiency. I think what I might do is multiplier efficiency after every tournament. I get 1 click here. If I have a spare click, I will put it into substat efficiency. Just because substat efficiency gives me more enemy level skips percents, and I think that this ELS percent is probably going to help me generally get more wave count. And in terms of my upgrades for the week, I think the upgrades would probably go into damage stats here, and thereafter everything into coin. As usual, I'm still going to be doing like respecs every time this thing goes up a level or 2. So every 2 days or so, I would just do a respec and funnel the coins around. But the general basis is going to be very, very similar. And I think that about summarizes everything. Oh, I was secretly hoping for a second black hole digester there, just to get 1 key. Unfortunate. Well, so I'll just start the farming run now, just to show you guys how it typically looks like. So my damage slider is now set to -16. And you can see the formation of the boom boom build, where everything is just exploding. So this build is actually very nice, very safe. We get stuns from Poison Swamp, we get stuns from Inner Landmines, we have controls from Black Hole Digester, from Black Hole, and really the only thing that is going to be hitting us is overcharge enemies and bosses. Sometimes tank enemies might break my wall. It's a lot safer with Space Displacer than it is with Negative Mass Projector. So sometimes in the middle of the run, even though the tank enemies have the tank ultimate, because they're just getting stunned continuously. They don't get near enough to my tower by the time the ultimate condition ends, and then black hole just pulls them back out, and you know, I keep my wall for the entire duration. So that's why Space Displacer becomes very safe. But yeah, so I think that is all the content for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're making good progress on your own tower. And have a great week, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.